Caroline Searcy. Welcome to the 2021 NZB Karaka Yearling Sale Preview. I can't be in New Zealand, but what better place to host the show than from here at historic Royal Randwick, where New Zealand's champions have proven their greatness for generations, breaking opposition hearts up the famous Randwick Rise. Carbine, Farlap, Galilee,
A $9,844 New Zealand yearling purchase.
through to Bone Crusher.
He's got a great big heart, Bone Crusher. He'll win the derby.
Might and Power, Sunline, and Superimpose.
It's history at Randwick. Superimpose has come from last.
And in the past year alone, Probabile, Very Elegant, Etta James, Colding, and many more.
Colding goes on to win the George Main.
Coming up in the next 2 hours in our bumper extended sale preview, we'll bring you the 2021 yearling crop from New Zealand's finest thoroughbred nurseries. It's the only place you'll see all these yearlings in high definition quality in all their majesty on your big screen TV. I hope you find your future champion here in the 2021 NZB Karaka Yearling Sale Preview. Historic Cambridge stud comes off a standout year for the champion producing operation. Brendan and Joe Lindsay and Henry Plumtree continued to build their quality broodmare band, and their racetrack successes were led by dual Group 1 winner Probabile and New Zealand 1,000 Guineas winner Karma Lass. The team at Cambridge is particularly excited to be selling the first yearlings by their European Champion Almanzor. Mark, you haven't been with Cambridge Stud long, but obviously you have a great reputation, most recently at Henley Park, where you sold some wonderful horses. How are you enjoying being at Cambridge Stud?
Thoroughly enjoying it, Caroline. Obviously it's a new role for me. Previously to that I was obviously at Henley Park with my wife Sarah running that operation. But you know, it's been great. I've got a great team behind me. I've got Henry at the helm, so it's made the whole transition very smooth.
And there have been some really exciting racing results for Brendan and Joe and the Cambridge team, notably, of course, Probabile's 2 Group 1s at Randwick, but also recently with Karma Lass winning the New Zealand 1,000 Guineas. Those gold and black checks are becoming pretty famous colours now.
Oh, they certainly are. They've had a great season. I think Brendan and Joe put a lot of emphasis on trying to run at that race at that elite level, and obviously the results have been very satisfying, and for the team, Cambridge team as well. So no, we've been lucky in this season, and everything's gone well.
Of course, the 2021 draft for Cambridge Stud is highlighted by the first of the Almanzors, the French Derby winner, who also won the British and Irish Champion Stakes. A son of Wootton Bassett, we now know he stands amongst the illustrious Coolmore Stud roster, so it must be really exciting selling his first yearlings.
Oh, certainly. He's got a lovely line of yearlings. He's a great type himself, and that's obviously come through his race record. He obviously was a stakes-winning 2-year-old. He ran against the elite racehorses in Europe, where he defeated Found, Minding and Jack Hobbs. Combined with that, he's a great addition to the farm, and heading towards obviously to the yearling sales, we're very excited, very happy with what we will be presenting to the market. I think overall he has about 48 yearlings been presented, 15 of them are our own. He will be well looked after, and obviously with the numbers in the Australasian market, so he's going to be well represented. So we're very pleased with so far where we're heading.
And sadly no longer with us, but Tavistock's influence is of course still being felt. Johnny Get Angry in the Victoria Derby, Charlie Rose, a Cambridge stud-bred mare, she was just dominant in the recent Bagot Handicap, and She's Alight won the Jungle Dawn Classic in Perth. So there are many more Tavistocks I know who are also coming through as really promising 3-year-olds.
Oh yes, he was such a prolific stallion, and it's a sad loss, not only for Cambridge Stud, but for, I think, the industry on whole. Even this year has highlighted how good what such a record he had with 55 winners this season, 4 stakes winners, and as you mentioned, highlighted by Johnny Get Angry winning the Victorian Derby. So no, he's a big loss, but I think as you mentioned, he will have those horses come through in the coming years, and we look forward to that.
We start for 2021 for Cambridge Stud at Karaka with lot 7, a colt by Almanzor from Only a Rose. Only a Rose, she's out of a half-sister to Danewin and Commands, and she's already produced Snapper, who was group placed last season. This is the first of the Almanzors we get to show off.
Oh yes, he's a striking colt. He's nearly black. He's attractive type. He's from Sir Patrick's, one of Sir Patrick's foundation families. I think he'll be well received in the market. He's handled the prep really well. No, we're very pleased with him going forward.
Lot 120 is a filly by Almanzor from Silver Blossom, from a Galileo mare who's already produced a winner this season in Silver Lake. And Silver Blossom is a half-sister to 2 European Group winners, so wonderful European pedigrees throughout the whole page.
Yes, she's another striking type by Almanzor. She's obviously out of a Galileo mare. She's got that classic look about her. I think she'll suit people, appeal to people that are looking for an Oaks type filly. And she's another one that's handled the prep really well and got a great temperament too, which is, I think, obviously Almanzor stamped through his stock.
Lot 195 is another filly by Almanzor from Vanity Queen. So this is another really interesting cross, this time with Almanzor and Fastnet Rock, the dam by Fastnet Rock. What a great sire he continues to be, and a broodmare sire. This is Vanity Queen's first foal. She's also from a wonderful European family, so it's a really interesting cross.
Certainly is. She's very much typical of a bit of that Fastnet Rock, a good constitution. Obviously the mare herself was a winner at 2. I think she was just sort of a filly that could come a bit early as a 3-year-old, but overall she's just a well-balanced filly with a good constitution, good temperament, walks well, and I think she'll appeal to a lot of people in the market.
Lot 231 by Almanzor. This is a colt from Abide With Me, and I love seeing how mares by some of our great sires and broodmare sires have been matched up with Almanzor. This colt stands by the one and only Redout's Choice. She was a multiple group winner and a half-sister to Miss Scarlatti from another star filly in Crimson. It's a great pedigree.
He's another good sort. He's obviously by Almanzor out of a Redout's mare, which genetically it's a good genetic structure there with Redout's, with Zabeel, and being the first 2 dams are both group winning mares, so it'll appeal to everyone in the market looking for a lovely classic type of colt. He's an attractive type. He's a horse that'll definitely catch people's attention.
Lot 520 by Savabeel from Love Tessa. Here we have a colt by New Zealand's now 6-time champion sire Savabeel, who's wonderfully continuing the legacy of Cambridge super sires Sir Tristram and Zabeel. And again from one of the great Sir Patrick Hogan families, Love Tessa has had 2 to race for 2 winners. This colt's a 3-quarter brother to the multiple group winner Queen of Diamonds. It is the great Tristalove family.
It certainly is, and obviously it's a family that's worked for Patrick for many years, and he's a cracking type. He's right up there with one of our best colts in the draft, and we've paraded him a few times now, and he's caught the attention of a lot of those discerning prospective buyers, and he's one we're very, very excited about. And obviously he's by our 6-time champion sire Savabeel. As we know, he's a stud master's dream, Savabeel. He just keeps churning out the stakes winners week in, week out.
Lot 531 by Snitzel from Mef Nuda. Great to see a colt by 3-time champion Australian sire Snitzel in the draft. This is from a Medaglia d'Oro mare bought by Cambridge Stud a couple of years ago. She was a 5-time winner and half-sister to the top 2-year-old One Last Dance. So it's the wonderful family of Royal Academy and Stormcat, including top group-winning 2-year-olds One World and Langoustine.
Yes, obviously he's out of a family that's got a lot of 2-year-old form. He's a real 2-year-old type himself. He's a real speedy type. He's got Karaka millions written all over him. He's going the right way. He's a real mature type. So we've got a bit of, obviously we're very hopeful that he'll be well received in the market.
And finally from Cambridge Stud, lot 566 by Tavistock from My Marie, a son of the late great Tavistock, who we know sired Group 1 winners through Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong. He's from a Group 2 placed mare who's a sister to the SA Derby winner Testifiable. She's had 2 winning foals, including this colt's half-brother, a Group 1 winning 2-year-old Marky Mark. It doesn't get much better than that, does it?
Oh, certainly not. He's a little bit different from your normal sort of Tavistocks. He's a bit more precocious. He's got a lot more substance, and he looks like he might come a lot earlier. He's a very sharp type of Tavistock. and obviously he's out of a mare that's obviously been a good producer. He should be well received as well. He's a good type, good walking colt, good constitution. I think he'll present well at the sales. I just think it's a good even bunch of horses, and we're represented by Almanzor, who we've got a lot of, obviously he's a horse that we're very excited about, and it's complemented by some commercial and proven stallions. We're really happy with what we will be presenting, and I think we're hopeful. I know we're in obviously in unconventional times with COVID and restrictions on the borders, but I think going forward, I think the sale will be reasonably well received.